Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, we will learn about useMemo hook in React. useMemo hook in React lets you memorize or remember the result of computation between re-renders. Which means it will only recompute result only when dependencies are changed. Thus, it helps in optimizing performance. Let's see syntax or signature of useMemo hook. Below is the signature. Let's understand meaning of each of it one by one. First argument, calculate value as a function. This calculates the value that you want to cache or memorize. This is a pure function which will not take any arguments, and should return value of any type. React will execute the function on initial render and will store the value, and on next re-renders, if dependencies are not changed, it will use cached value. If dependencies are changed, it will execute function again and will save the value again. Second argument is array of dependencies. If any value specified in dependencies array is changed, useMemo is re-rendered. This can be any value, like props, states or functions. React will compare each dependency with its previous value using the object dot as comparison. On the initial render, useMemo returns the result of the function calculate value. During the next renders, if the dependencies haven't changed, it will return an already stored value from the last render. If dependencies are changed, it will execute the function calculate value again and return the result. Let's understand this hook in detail with examples. Suppose there is e-commerce website and you are buying products. Suppose you are filtering product based on category, then on price, and then you are sorting it. Imagine you are applying a lot of filters, sorting on a database which has huge chunk of data and has huge amount of users. Also, the result should be returned faster and smooth user experience. In such cases, useMemo can be used so that component won't re-render for same dependencies, for example in this case, for same filter or price range of same product. Let's see the example first without useMemo and then with useMemo. We won't be able to depict entire website, but we'll try to understand concept with small example. Here we have created array of products and now let's create product list no memo component. Now, we have created two state variable, one is for selected category and another is unrelated counter. And we are printing console. This unrelated counter and console log we have added to depict use of useMemo. This unrelated counter has nothing to do with actual filtering of products. Now, here we are filtering product based on the selected category and again console logging the filtered values. Now, we will add buttons, first to show all products. Same way we have added button to filter other categories, like books, clothing, electronics. Also, we added increment button for unrelated counter and product card component. Product card component will display products. This is the initial output, with logs and showing all products. Let's click on unrelated counter and see output. This is the output. Ideally it should not log filter related consoles. But, as you can see here, even filter logic is calculated again, even if counter is not related to filtering products. This is small example, but for larger websites this can cause performance issues. Let's see same example with useMemo. In that case, calculations will happen only if related dependencies are changed. We will have rest all code same except for filter logic for useMemo. Same product array and state variables are created. The only difference is filtering logic. Here, we are using useMemo around filter logic. Initial output is same as we got without using useMemo. Now, let's click on unrelated counter and check the output. Here the role of useMemo comes into picture. Now, here after clicking on unrelated counter, only counter related log is printed. Whereas, in example without useMemo, filter logic was also running. But in case of useMemo, it runs only if dependencies are changed. Now, let's check if we click on specific category, then only filter logic will run. As you can see now the filter logic executed, because category that is dependency was changed of useMemo. Let's see summary of previous examples. In the no memo version, the filter code runs every time the component renders, even for changes that are not related to filtering like updating unrelated counter. This is not useful or problematic when dealing with large datasets. In the memo version, logs show that the filter code runs only when products or selected category changes, that is only when its dependencies are changed. Thus, useMemo avoids unnecessary re-renders caused by unrelated state changes and thus helps in improving performance. Let's see object dependency example. Let's see there is scenario, where object is created in component, not coming from props or states and used as dependency in useEffect or useMemo. Then, that object will be created on every render. Why? Because React will compare dependencies in hooks with reference equality. So, as shown below, even if contents of objects are same, it will return false. This will happen because reference of object will be different for both the objects, even though contents are same. Thus, useEffect will run on every render, which will kill the basic purpose of having dependency array. So, let's see how can we solve this with useMemo. This won't be good practice, as object will be created on every render. Let's modify this, and here we will use useMemo to create object. Now, the effect will re-render only if product's value is changed. Let's see an example of heavy computation as shown. This for loop is just used as an example to depict heavy computation. Here, we are not memoizing the result. Now, let's use memoize the result with useMemo and let's see output for both with useMemo and without useMemo. This is the initial state. Let's click on re-render for no memo version. Let's check output for the same. As you can see here, heavy computation is running every time we click on button. Now, let's see same example with useMemo. Let's check output after clicking on re-render. As you can see here, only log is printed from component, not from heavy computation function, unlike that in code without useMemo. That means, heavy computation logic was not executed if dependencies were not changed. So, here is explanation of if useMemo should be used or not in a specific scenario. Use it for heavy computations. Use for object or array dependencies which are passed in useEffect or any other hooks dependency array. But don't use it for function stabilization, use useCallback instead. For trivial calculations, don't use it, as it will be overhead. For other scenarios, as well, use only when performance issue needs to be addressed, otherwise unnecessary use of it will be overhead. So, a quick recap or summary of useMemo. Helps to memoize or cache results between renders. Use for performance optimization like for expensive calculations, or for object dependencies or for preventing unnecessary re-render. Avoid for trivial calculations or for function stabilizations. Use useCallback instead, for function-related issues. Please, check out my full video on useCallback, link is in description box. So, this is it for today's video and for useMemo. We'll see you in another React hooks videos or some other topic. If you have any other topic in mind, let me know in comments section. Check out my other hooks videos as well. If you like the video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends who are keen to learn React. So, bye bye for now. Happy coding.